ask everybody a question. By a show of hands, how many of you have a leader or a manager that truly inspires you? Someone who motivates you every single day, and you could be that person. So raise your hand if you're that person. All right, now let me ask you another question. How many of you have that horrible boss that every time you go into work, you're like, he's still alive. She's still here. I got to deal with her another day. And no matter how many times you hit the alarm clock and you're just motivated that morning, you're singing your favorite song on the way into work, you still lose that motivation as soon as you walk through the door and see him. My name is Jiles with 180 Leadership Coaching, and today I want to talk to you about 3 leadership styles for a healthy organization and how to adjust your leadership volume. Back when I was a military training instructor, my first assignment, they gave me 60 people to train. 60 people. And I said, I got it. Because I had gone through months of training. Months of training, I had did everything that they wanted me to do. But when I got those 60 people, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it my way. Because my way was the best way, right? Because once we go through that training, we think that we know everything. We're God. And when I got those 60 people, I got up on the bus and I said, these are the things you're going to do. And for the next 3 weeks, I micromanaged every single thing that they did. I told them what they was going to do, who, what, when, where, how they was going to do every single thing. And those same people, they performed, but they did not perform to the standard that they could have. It wasn't until my trainer came in, and my trainer said, he was like, Nick, what are you doing? I said, man, I'm training. It's like, look at my guys. They are performing to the standard that I want them to perform. He said, yeah, they're performing, but they're not performing to their true capability. I said, what are you talking about? I said, look at the box. They're checking everything off. Look at my numbers. Look at the ratings. Because as managers and leaders, that's all we care about, right? Those numbers. And we'll do whatever it takes in order to get that. Because at that time, I was in autocratic leadership mode. I was creating a toxic environment, and I didn't even know that I was doing it. Now, Rand did a study years back, and it found that people who were the subject matter experts, or those who had a higher education, were sometimes hostile towards the people who had a lower education, and those people who were holding the spot and helping out the team, because they didn't feel that they were as important. So I created the environment. And he said, you know what? He said, Nick, you have been going through months of training. He said, man, you know what? Why don't you take the rest of this week off? Go and do what you want to do. Come back on Monday, ready to go, and get back to training. And I said, you know what? I miss Buffalo Wild Wings, right? I miss Buffalo Wild Wings. I miss the football games. So I said, yeah, I'm going to take that time. And I went ahead and took the time. I did the laundry that was sitting on the side of my bed, right? And I came back in on Monday ready to go. And when I came back in, I heard something different. My guys was in there talking, chit-chatting. And so I thought. Because as soon as I got through the door, I heard all this commotion. And what I didn't realize until I truly listened was that they were motivating each other. Hey, sir, speed up. Hey, sir, do you need any help? Hey, sir, do you need help with this? No, sir, I'm good. Hey, we got 10 minutes left. And I'm like, what's going on here? And as soon as I walk around that corner, I'm like the man that Lisa Crossford was talking about earlier. They looked at me, and all the blood just pooled from their face because the motivation had left them. I was the person who created the toxic environment. So at that time, my trainer looked at me, I looked at him. I didn't know what was going on. We got them downstairs. We got him in the class. He came back up. He said, Nick, come and talk to me. So I went in there, and I was like, man, what did you do? I said, you did in 3 days what I've been trying to do in 3 weeks. He said, you know what? I've given them the same thing that I gave you. I taught them the same way that I taught you. I didn't do anything different. They're performing at a higher level. I said, how are they moving so fast? He said, you know what? Here's the thing. I gave you the same tools that I've given every other instructor. I've given the same tools that I had when I was trying to do the the same thing that you're doing. He said, you decided to do it your own way. Just like most managers and leaders in the companies right now, they want to do everything their own way instead of using the tools and the resources that they got in training in order to adopt and adapt and put in their toolbox to make you better, to make the employees better, to take care of the people. What he used was a democratic leadership style. Now, how many of you remember, let's go back, let's take a little trip back in time. 1985, the song, We Are the World. You had about 40 different artists. About 20 of those had their own verse in this song. And nobody brought anything that was the same as somebody else. In a democratic leadership style, you have people that come from different areas, and they're all bringing their own creative juices, their own creative thoughts, their own innovative ideas to make the team better. Those same people will make you see something that you've never seen before. They will give you a product that you have never seen. The democratic leadership style is the most preferred style in any organization, any company, because of the fact that people will perform at a higher level than they've ever performed in their life. Because why? Because the subject matter experts will always give them more information. They will spread the knowledge. They will spread everything that they can in order to make the team that much better. Now, on the other hand, I had some great people, because I had the dream team. I had Michael Jordan, the LeBron James, the Patrick Ewing. How many of y'all remember Bird and John Stockman and all those guys, right? I had all of those people on my team, and I didn't realize it because I couldn't get out of my own way. But when I found out how to get out of my own way and found out how to use the democratic leadership style, and then realized that those people were performing at a higher capability, I said, well, why am I going to change? Huh? And then I found those people who didn't need anything. They were already self-motivated, self-managed. And I used the free reign leadership style on them. Why? Because I didn't need to hold their hand. They didn't need to sit in the circle and sing kumbaya with everybody else. But the thing about it is most leaders right now, what do? When they tell you, you know what, you're good enough to go on about yourself, what do? They leave you alone. And then you lose value. You stop taking ownership. So what happened was I kept asking them, what do you need? Can I help you? Is there anything that I can do for you? In order for them to realize that they still had ownership, in order for them to realize that they still meant a huge part to this team. And when I did that, they brought back a product that nobody else could duplicate. And when you adjust your leadership volume, you adjust it from the democratic, autocratic, free reign leadership into where you need it to go. If you have somebody who is in the free reign and they say, hey, they start to slack off, you turn up that autocratic. If you have a democratic system and it's working great, pick out the people who can do the thing by themselves. Give them the leadership abilities. Give them the capabilities. Let them show you what they're made out of. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you will have a team who is able to outperform anybody else that you put them up against. They will be able to stay there. Their loyalty will increase. The retainability, the whole great resignation will stop because you have people who you can trust, and you are building them up to be the next leaders of your organization. My name is Nicholas Jiles with 180 Leadership Coaching, and today we talked about the autocratic, democratic, and free reign leadership styles. How to adjust your leadership volume. I would love to be able to come, help you and your organization reach the next level. And you can reach me at 180lcoach@gmail.com or on LinkedIn at Nicholas Jiles. Thank you. That's my time.